Hi, my name's Kayla. I'm 27 years old. I am from Gainesville, Florida. I work for a nonprofit. I'm an administrative director of a nonprofit called P4H Global, and we train teachers in Haiti.
Who do you love that you should tell more often? Why do you love them so much?
The person I am picking to say I love you to is my mom. And simply, I'm picking her because she has done so much for me in my life. And she still continues, even as an adult, to sacrifice her life and serve me in ways. I mean, I even just moved here a couple months ago, and she came up for a whole day and scrubbed my apartment clean so that it was in somewhat livable conditions. And it was without a question. She just does that stuff. So she continues to lay down her life for me, and we have conversations all the time about just life frequently throughout the week, but we'll say quick I love yous, but I never really take the time to sit and tell her why, and I could tell her more often than I do, for sure.
What do you think has kept you from saying I love you more often?
So I think what has kept me from being more expressive about my love for my mom directly to her is I've always seen her as this really confident person that not has it together perfectly, but she's, just goes about her life serving other people and chugging along and just laying down her life for them. And ironically, you would think that would make me want to tell her more, but sometimes I think I internally feel that maybe she doesn't need to hear it because she's good where she's at. But everybody needs to hear that. And because she serves so much serves and gives so much of herself for other people, I think she probably needs to hear that even more. Needs to know that she's appreciated, she's valued, she's loved for not just what she does for people, but just for who she is. And I think we can just still revert back to maybe some childhood ways where even as adults we, or maybe even like teenagers, we just don't say the things that we mean all the time, and we kind of get in the habit of life getting busy and just forgetting or not thinking it's important. But so I think that's something, is just the busyness of life and then thinking she doesn't really need to hear it, but that's crazy because of course she does. Of course she wants to hear that from her kids. So yeah.
Are you willing to look into the camera and say I love you right now and tell them why they mean so much to you?
Mom, I want to tell you that I love you so much, and I don't say it enough, and I don't share the reasons why enough. You have been one of the most important, you and Dad, people in my life, from the beginning. And throughout my childhood, you sacrificed so much for me and my brothers, and you continue to do that as we're adults and grown, and some of us having our own families now. And you just lay down your life for us. It's not even a question. I think about the other day, or a few weeks ago, when I moved into my apartment, and you, without hesitating, had asked if you could come to help me clean and to organize and do all these things for me, and you didn't complain about doing it, and that's just the kind of person you are. And you, even when you are spent emotionally and physically, you still continue to give. And I know that you are enabled to do that. You're able to continue loving people from maybe even some of your emptiness, because that comes from the Lord, and that strength comes from the Lord, and that's how you display your love and affection for Dad, for me and my brothers, for your friends, for everyone in your church, for Mimi. I'm just blown away. I've been continually blown away by how you care for me and how you lay down your life for me, and it has changed me. It has deeply affected the way that I see and view love in relationships and in friendships, and how I carry that out. And I love you, as I said before, not just for what you do for me, but just for who you are and the joy that you bring to my life and the friend that you are to me. In addition to being my mom, you're my friend, you're my best friend, and I love you.
What could you do differently to show love now that you've had this opportunity?
I think what this opportunity has provided is for me to reflect and to be still and to think about the ways that I love my mom. Because of course I know that. If anyone would ask me just offhand, hey, do you love your mom? Of course. But really reflecting on the ways that I do and sharing that with her. And like I mentioned before, I think that we can say that we love someone, but we don't always share why. And everyone should deserve to hear that. And one of my favorite quotes is by John Dewey, and he says that we don't learn from experience, but we learn from reflecting on experience. And so I think this experience, as I reflect on it, has encouraged me to take more moments, even without a camera in front of me, to think about the ways that I love my mom and to take time to share that with her and to do that with other people in my life who mean a lot to me, because life is hard. This world is very broken and there's a lot of darkness in it, but there's also a lot of beautiful light and beautiful things happening, and I think God is in the midst of all of it. And so there are ways that we can encourage each other to press on, to move forward by expressing our love for them. And so that's how it's affected me or changed me.
It's evident beyond a shadow of a doubt that Kayla loves and absolutely adores her mother. She's fortunate to have a mother who is the embodiment of selflessness, hard work, and integrity. And she's even more fortunate to recognize that and be driven by a desire to emulate it. Kayla notices the small things. She sees how her mother works tirelessly to bring light and love to every corner of her household. And Kayla is one of the products of that endeavor. Kayla noted that she sees her mother as a very confident individual, even to the point of feeling like maybe she may not need to hear the words of affirmation because she's already self-actualized, driven, and dedicated to her service. Kayla realizes that even though she doesn't pick up clues that her mother necessarily needs to hear positive words about her value, she is free to express them to her regardless of whether her mother expects that support or even seems to need it. I like that very much for two reasons. First, Kayla benefits from telling her mother how much she means to her and why she's so important. Second, her mother will likely be put off by these words because she doesn't hear them so often, and they're likely to deeply impact her heart for the very same reason. A person doesn't need to be desperate, needy, or even feel entitled to appreciate words of affirmation. They just need to be deserving. That's all that's necessary. And Kayla is perfectly positioned to deliver this gift to her mother. One of the very first things that Kayla acknowledged that she appreciates about her mother in her address is her undaunting service to her family. A mother who will show up to ensure that her daughter has a sanitized and tidy place to stay without asking is a mother that sees her family as an extension of herself. Of course, she will drop what she's doing to ensure that Kayla's apartment is sanitized and acceptable to live in, because that's what she would do for herself, and her family will have no less. Her mother thinks of her family as an extension and a representation of her, leaving no room for hesitation in tending to their needs. Kayla could not ask for more dedication from her mother, and she's humbled by her mother's endless acts of service for her and her family. Kayla, I really appreciated your thoughtful address to and about your mother. I can see why you hold her in such high esteem and chose her to express your gratefulness and love. Most of us have a special woman in our lives who has filled the same role, and we can relate to the unwavering dedication to every detail of our lives, even into adulthood. We can relate to the countless hours of her life spent on ensuring that we have the very best opportunities and the best education, the best manners, and more love than anyone could ever ask for. Thank you for sharing your time with me, Kayla. Now, countless others can be encouraged by your choice to express just how much you love your mother. My hope is that many of them will be encouraged to do the same as you have. I'm sure she deserves every bit of your love and then some. To our viewers, thank you for watching. Your viewership is important to the success of the channel, so if you found yourself inspired by Kayla's interview, give this video a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more videos like this one, follow the Shared Heart Experiment on YouTube for complete interviews. And you can also follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter for video reels and additional footage. Check out any of my other YouTube videos where I walk up to random strangers in public places and ask them intimate questions about their lives. Consider supporting the channel by clicking the link in the description below. There you can shop at my online apparel store, StylylifeDesigns.com. You'll find t-shirts, hats, and hoodies with positive and uplifting themes to complement your lifestyle. When you shop, know that a portion of the proceeds from anything you buy will help contribute to the creation of more positive content just like this. Real people, real life, and real love. Until next time, I've been Kevin with the Shared Heart Experiment. Be good to each other. Thanks for watching.